Hello friends, thanks for tuning in. I'm Big Matt, and today we're going to be calibrating the TEAC A5500 reel-to-reel. I'm going to use a couple of different cameras angles in this video, try to make it easier to follow along. First camera is going to show the adjustment points on the 5500. Second camera is going to show the results of those calibrations as I make them on the meter. I'm going to start off using a test tape. It has a 1000 hertz tone recorded onto it. We're going to check the output levels on the machine. We're doing that while the output knob is set to the 4 o'clock position. Most of the time I set it to 2 or 3 o'clock position. On the 5500 it says set it to the 4 o'clock position. So we're going to follow along with that. And as we do that, the output level should read -8 dBs on the meter. We'll start off with the left channel in the forward direction.
1 kilohertz at reference proximity. Set reproducer gain so the volume indicators read 0 decibels.
And we're right at -8 dB. That's the left channel. I'll check the right channel. And it's good. If I needed to change either one of those, this potentiometer here is for the left channel. This one's for the right channel. And since we have the right channel plugged in right now, I'll make a slight adjustment to it just to show you how it moves. So we'll get back up to -8. Okay, now we'll check the reverse. Also, that's the end of the tape in that direction. So I'll just put it in reverse, and we'll listen to that same tone in the reverse and make sure that the left and the right channels are at -8 dB. Okay, that's the right channel. I'll change the plug out to the left channel. And it's at -8 dB also. So that's the left channel. If I wanted to adjust it any, I would turn this potentiometer slightly and make the adjustment there. But that is a good signal. And now we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so for the specified line level input calibration, I'm skipping a couple of spots because those levels look good. I'm going directly to the specified line input level calibration, and ultimately what that asks us to do is reduce the line input to a point to where when we have a -8 dB signal coming from the oscillator, we get a -8 dB signal at the meter also. So right now I'm measuring the left channel. The output of the meter, or the output of the oscillator, is -8 dB, and it's the same on the right channel, but on the left channel it's a little bit high. So I need to bring that signal down a little bit from -6.4, I guess it is, or 6.5, to -8 dB signal, and that's done on this potentiometer here. I think it's VR 451. I'll double check in a minute, but I need to bring it down to -8 so it'll match the right channel. And that's our specified input level calibration. We'll use that same -8 dB signal to adjust the VU meters using this VR 351 and 352 to adjust the left and the right VUs. Bring the left one up first to 0 dB, and then we'll do the right channel also. Okay, so we have all the levels calibrated as far as the inputs and outputs, and we have the VU meter set for 0 dB when we're at the specified input and output levels on the TEAC 5500. One thing I do in the shop here is I use the Pioneer system that you've seen in all those videos. Yeah, it looks cool and everything, but it's very practical for me because I can sit in this position here and look at the meters on the Pioneer system, especially the one on the RT909 on top. And when I get to this point where the machine is calibrated and I have the outputs going over to the Pioneer, I make one more adjustment and set the line inputs to read 0 dB on that Pioneer RT909 on top. So that way I can look up and tell immediately if something's out of whack on the left or the right channels. Kind of demonstrate that. I'm going to change the output level using the output knob, and you'll see the Pioneer RT909 will go up and down. Okay, and again, I want to keep it right at 0 dB. When we do these calibrations, when you have the specified and inputs and outputs set, you're not supposed to move those knobs because you're going to use that for the rest of the calibration. But because I have the Pioneer RT909 set for 0 dB, when this unit is set for 0 dB, I can make little adjustments here that didn't bring it back up. Then bring it back up to 0 dB on the Pioneer on both channels. And then I know that I'm back at the specified input and output levels on the deck that I have under calibration. Next up is the bias adjustment. We have a 7,000 hertz tone going into the machine at -18 dB. I'm going to begin recording that signal and adjust VC, I think it's 451 and 452, and over bias the machine 2.5 dBs. What I'll do is when I start recording this tone, we're going to rotate this variable capacitor. First I'll bottom it out a little bit. And I'm going to begin rotating it clockwise until it reaches its peak. So let's stabilize that signal a little bit. So it looks like it maxed out at about -2 dB, so I'm going to bring it down to -4.5. Okay, we're going to leave it there. That's the left channel. I'm going to do the right channel the same way. So this is the right channel. Bottomed it out. Now we're going to rotate it clockwise until we reach the peak recording level. This one goes up to 0 dB. So we're going to bring it down 2.5 dBs. That should be okay. Record level calibrations are made on the rear of the machine. We want the input to sound exactly like the output. Right now we have a 400 hertz tone at -8 dB. Right channel is okay. Left channel has a little fluctuation to it. And again, we want that's the input, and this is the actual recording. So I'm going to bring that left channel up a little bit. I'm using an older tape, so we've got a little fluctuation in it. So I'm very pleased with the way the unit is recording. Right now I'm monitoring the song from my PC, recording it onto the 5500, and we'll listen to the recorded tape over the Pioneer system in the background. This is the actual recording. Again, this is the TEAC 5500, A5500 reel-to-reel.